children, and social emotional learning is one such curriculum that we are following. Great, thanks for sharing that. We will now move to the next part. Maybe Alex, if you could support us here. Okay, so yes, we have come to the part where we would love it if all the audience also participate here. Being participative is going to be the best. So we have a question for all of you, audience. So the question is, we'll go to the next slide to see that. So what do you think is the difference between service learning and volunteering? I heard Sai mention service learning and also sort of mentioning volunteering in her response. So would love to hear some responses from everybody. You can put it in the chat just in the interest of time and seeing the number of audience that we have today. What do you think is the difference between service learning and volunteering? Okay, waiting for people to respond to this question. Okay, all right. So I have somebody, Unna Matla Ramya. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Would you like to share it off mute? I see your hand raised. Yes. I see Ali Suhaib, who has also mentioned volunteering means to serve a community. Great, Ali. Also encourage everybody to take part in this. There is no, there are no scores given to any of you here if you're wrong. So please feel free to share your responses. Okay, to encourage the students. Okay, service means by taking, we are going giving our service to others, but volunteers that have passion to teach and learn new experiences. Wow, I'm hearing some beautiful responses. Nice. So we'll take another few seconds maybe to respond and guide. Okay. And also encourage all of you to read through other responses shared by everybody in the group. Is something that we contribute. Okay, volunteering is something we contribute. Service learning is upskilling our thoughts and proceeding with further services. Interesting point. Okay, great. So with that, let's move to the next slide. But as I said, please do keep sharing your responses. Yeah. With that, we'll go to the next slide. Okay. So yeah, Sai, would you like to quickly summarize in a 1 or 2 points?
Yes, Sunitra. If you see the terms
Sai, your voice is breaking.
as its own meaning, it's doing the service. Sunitra, am I clear now?
Yeah. Yes. Could you
Hello.
repeat once again? Yeah. Yeah. Can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. So if you see the term service learning, it's there in the term itself, service plus learning, and students learn about a topic and then experience that. Have a hands-on experience on that topic. So it has three parts, especially learn, engage, and reflect. So students learn about a topic, they engage in some
So sorry, Sai. I think your voice is again breaking.
and they reflect
Yeah. Your voice
on
is.
what they did in the engaged part. Am I clear, Sunitra?
Yes.
I believe your voice is clear to me.
Yes, yes. In between, your voice was breaking or cracking up a little.
Uh,
Nonetheless, we will move ahead. But thanks, Sai, for sharing it in a nutshell. That volunteering is about how one of the members in the group, or a lot of you have been sharing in the chat, is to take up an action towards serving the community or society. Whereas service learning is a lot about learning, acquiring the skills, and then applying it right in the community or in and around us. Great. So thanks for sharing that, and hope a lot of you were able to engage and know a little bit more about these two terms. So with that, we will move to the next question. Okay. So the next question, as you can already see on the screen, is what is India's position among 192 countries in progress list for attaining SDG goals? So just sort of a GK question, but also it will be really helpful for all of us as Indian citizens to know where we stand for all the SDG goals, sustainable development goals. Yeah. Again, taking a guess would be really good. Among 192 countries, which position do we hold? Or what position do we hold? Yeah. You can put it in the chat or come off mute and share as well. Sustainable development goals. It's the UN sustainable development goals that we are talking about, United Nations. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Some numbers popping up. Finally, great, amazing. So I'm here. I'm seeing a lot of numbers, double digits, triple digits. Great. 87, 100, 120th. Okay. All right. It's 117. Somebody mentioned. Okay. Interesting numbers and interesting guesses. 118, 122. A lot of you are very close to the correct answer. Actually, one of you have also shared the correct answer. So yeah. Correct, Sai? Yeah. One of them have also shared. Okay, great.
One of them said the correct answer.
Yeah, great. Also request everybody to keep yourselves on mute if you're not sharing anything relevant to. Okay.
बॉक्स ही दिया 2 बजे 1-2 बजे
All right. I'll have to make someone. Okay. All right. Thank you so much again for sharing and being so consistent into actively participating. Great. So with that, we come to the answer right here. So Sai, over to you again, maybe in a nutshell.
So India stand 117th position in the process of attaining SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. One of them said right also. I'm sorry, forgot the name.
It's not a problem. We can always go back into the chat and also see it. We'll definitely highlight the name of the person. Yes. Okay. Amazing. Great. All right. So yes, with that, we will move ahead. So yeah, coming to the next couple of questions that I'm very curious to know from Sai is what are some project implementations you have had so far? Because I know that you have already started working on it. So what are some things that you've already done, Sai?
So as I already mentioned between the difference between service learning and volunteering, I said three important terms: learn, engage, and reflect. So I completed one cycle of the service learning with sixth, seventh, and eighth standard students, and it was basically about making healthy habits posters, sharing it in the junior classes, and they also had a space to reflect on what they did. And I saw that like many students were saying that they learned this thing, how to speak in front of students. And also many were saying like I learned my habits are also been changed because of the thing that I did. When I'm sharing something, it made me realize like I also have to share. So these are some responses from students. So one cycle of service learning has been completed so far.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sai, for sharing that. It's so beautiful to see like children from primary grade level children who are able to reflect and share what their learnings are and take it to the larger audience. So great and so proud to see you doing what you're doing. So going to the next question, what outcomes have you envisioned for this project, Sai?
So for students, what my main goal was, what I envision for students is they'll be able to develop a sense of social responsibility and also develop skills such as very important 21st century skills such as communication, leadership, and teamwork. So these are some things that I've been envisioning for my students. And also they have this, as I said, one of the important problems that I identified is lacking social and environmental awareness. So that's one thing that I want to build in the students. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we all obviously are aware how important 21st century skills are, and ensuring that they are learning at such a tender age through practice. I think it's a marvelous thing that you're doing. And I'm sure we all are going to be able to take so much back from this session to know how we can enable our leaders who we are talking to and working with can go ahead and empower themselves and the others around. Great. So with that, we go to the last question. How do you see this initiative sustaining even after your fellowship journey, Sai?
Yeah, that's very interesting part to me also, because I see like post one cycle I see like many students taking ownership. Miss, I'll go to this class and see if the students are following, and they take ownership in tracking the data that they have went shared it in the classrooms. And that's one part of it. But I see as a system involving different stakeholders would make the project sustainable. So that's where I thought about involving teachers and also the HM in the process of the whole project, where teachers will also be having debrief and reflection spaces where they'll be thinking about what kind of practices that I'm doing in facilitating. And also there are spaces where teachers are also facilitating the spaces. So, and one important stakeholder in a school system is the HM, who's like topmost official authority in the school. And if she sees the improvement of every child in this project, I believe, and this will be taken up even after my fellowship journey. So that's where I see sustainability in my project, involving different stakeholders in the project, in the process of the project. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think you have, in a nutshell, have also shared about how the complete fellowship looks like, where it is not only working with students, but also the other stakeholders of the system, right? Like teachers, headmasters, and involving them from the beginning of your planning has also, I mean, when I was talking to you earlier, also, it made me realize that, wow, this is beautiful where the teachers are already taking part in it and can make themselves sustainable throughout, even after you are done with the fellowship program, right? Great, amazing. So with that, we have almost come towards the end of the session where we are trying to understand the problem. Maybe Alex can go into the next slide to understand what the problem looks like. A lot of us have already seen and understood this, that the state of education in India is quite dire, with millions of children deprived of quality education. Despite the significant progress in enrollment and the quality of education that is there, are we able to build in quality, right, in the approach of the education that we are doing, or is it still the very traditional ways of teaching and learning? So yeah, that is one thing that we are thinking about, but also it's not possible for one person to do this, right? So going to the solution, what is the solution? Alex, you can go ahead to the next. So the solution is nothing but having all of you a part of the solution, a a sort of a movement of change makers, a cadre of change makers like yourselves who've joined the call today. And a lot of you, I'm aware that have submitted their applications and going through the process of selection also. So all the very best to all of you. With this, we have come to the end. Have already mentioned earlier that we have our next deadline for the fellowship application submission on 17th of September, which is going to be in the next 2 days. But at this point, we would also love to hear from you. If you all have any questions, I could see some questions that were coming in the chat. We will take those questions up as well. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Hi.
Ma'am, I have already joined last webinar, ma'am, in last month.
Great. Amazing. Your name would be? Sorry.
Pawan Reddy, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Tell me, Pawan. Yeah.
How many days it may take to complete the entire process of selection, ma'am?
So the entire selection process might take up to 3 weeks to 4 weeks, with all the stages, yeah, in the picture, yeah, from the time you have submitted the application. Yeah.
I have already submitted my last month only. I have submitted my details in the process.
Right. Your application, you mean?
Pawan Reddy.
Madam?
Yes, you have submitted your application, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Great. Okay. So what is the question?
What the next step I have to do, ma'am?
So based on your application submission, you must have received an outcome over email itself.
Okay.
And you should also check inbox as well as spam in case you have missed out on inbox and it is gone into spam. This is something that I would like to highlight for everybody. So please do look
Madam?
into your spam inbox as well. In case that you have still not received an communication from us, please write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo. I think Alex can mention that email in the chat box. Yeah. Somebody
Madam,
else had a question.
I am from, my name is Ravi Kumar. Hello, madam. Hello.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
My name is Ravi Kumar. Hello.
Can hear you, Ravi. Can you please go ahead? Yeah.
My age is 43. I am eligible for internship fellowship program, madam.
I'm so sorry, Ravi. We have an age criteria which is to be between 20 to 30 years of age group. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank
Hello,
you. Thank
ma'am.
you.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I got that telephonic interview, but didn't receive it call. Last week I got that mail, that next
Okay.
step mail.
Yes. So there is also a link in the email that is there to choose a slot from the available slots that are available. So
But
please go
in
ahead.
that mail, only that application status mail link only there.
Okay, so once you have cleared to the telephonic round, you will receive a separate email saying that congratulations, you have gone to the telephonic interview with a link that will lead you to the available slots that are there. If you see that you are not able to, you are having some challenge in booking a slot, as I have mentioned in the chat, please feel free to write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo with your query.
Okay, fine. So how long it take that telephonic interview? How much
So
days
based
it
on
will take?
your selection of the slot, you will be mapped to an interviewer or evaluator, and the telephonic interview should get done.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So as soon
Thank
as you do that needful, it would be very quickly done. Thank you so much.
you. Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else who has
Hello?
any questions? Yes.
Hello. No, Nitin Kashyap.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Your name, please, and please
Yes, ma'am.
ask your
Nitin
question.
Kashyap. Ma'am, I am Hindi speaker. English में comfortable हूँ
Hello,
मैं.
am I
Eligible हूँ कि
audible?
So I am hearing two voices. Can we go one after the other? Yeah. Okay. I heard somebody saying that you're a Hindi speaker. Yes, please continue that question.
मैम हिंदी स्पीकर तो इसमें मैं एलिजिबल हूँ कि नहीं हूँ, मतलब इसमें जो अभी जो सेशन अटेंड कर रहा हूँ इसमें सब इंग्लिश में ही बात कर रहे हैं, तो मेरे को ये कंफ्यूजन है
Yes.
कि हिंदी स्पीकर काम कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते.
Thanks for asking that question. So it is important that we are able to speak in English as well, and also be comfortable with reading, writing English, because that is one subject that you will be teaching in the fellowship, right? If you get selected in the fellowship program. Also during the selection, it will be important for you to be able to speak in English. Yeah. That is one request that we.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah. Any other questions? Any further questions? Please feel free to ask.
Sunitra, there's a question in the chat box. Would you like to address? If you decide to volunteer in your program, will be provided accommodation? Will they get provided accommodation? Is the question.
Thanks for asking that question. So first of all, a quick clarity is that the Bhumi Fellowship is not a volunteering program. It is a full-time program. So when you are a part of the fellowship program, you are expected to work full-time with Bhumi. And also, food and accommodation is something that we support during the training period. So the first month of your joining in the fellowship, you will be given support with food and stay. After that 1 month and week, you are expected to look for your own accommodation. And of what we have seen, a lot of fellows who join, they become friends. They also get a lot of support from the program team to support which of the places they can stay in for the next 2 years, right? So yeah, enough and plenty support will be given there. Also, as you can all see, the QR code is flashing on the screen. So those of you who have not yet started your application or haven't registered yet, please do ensure that you are scanning this QR code quickly and starting your journey of the selections to become a Bhumi Fellow. Yeah. Until then, we'll continue taking questions as well. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, ma'am. I am Sayan Pradhan. I have been selected from Bhumi Fellowship next round telephonic interview.
Okay.
but I am Bengali medium student. I am from West Bengal, but I have some speak English language problem. Am I eligible for Bhumi Fellowship?
So best is to go through the process, right? So even if you're, I would suggest that since you have got the opportunity to go to the next round telephonic interview, please do your bit of selecting a slot and have the interview. Go through the process and see if it is becoming challenging for you, then you can take a call. But yeah, you should go through the process is what I would suggest. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am. When will conduct the telephone interview, ma'am?
So if you just a quick disclaimer for everybody actually. So if you have gone to the telephonic interview, you must have received an email from us on that accord. With that within that email, you will also find a slot.
Ma'am, your
I mean
voice
a
is
link.
break.
Sorry. So am I audible now? Is it sounding fine? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Sunitra, it's clear.
Thanks, Sai. So yes, in the email you will have a telephonic interview word which will be highlighted with a link inbuilt. Please click on that link and look for the available slots that are there and select a slot. You just need to click that slot based on your availability and click on save. You do not have to write anything further. No description, nothing is required. Just click on save and it should get booked from your end. And right after that, we will also be mapping you to an evaluator. So it should be a smooth process. In case you have any challenge, please feel free to write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo with your query. We shall get back to you. Okay, there are a few questions in
Hello,
the
Sunitra,
madam.
chat.
there's two interesting questions in the chat box, and one was what do the fellows do post the fellowship, and one more was is there any ratio of candidates which are getting
Sorry, Sai, your voice was breaking. Not a problem. I'm assuming the last two questions from Vaishali and Kumar. I'm seeing Alex has been answering on the chat as well. So, ma'am, is there any ratio like only this number of candidates? No, there isn't. We do not have any upper limit to having fellows. So, if all of you give your 100% in the selection process, you all will be selected. So, but giving that 100% is something that we definitely are looking forward to. Someone is mentioning that you are already running an unregistered NGO to serve humanity. What can we do in association with Bhumi? Please access our official FB page. Okay, Kumar, why don't you do one thing? Can you please also write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo with this information that you just stated? I will definitely, support you with the next steps with regards to this. Yeah, we can definitely connect and speak about this. How to get into telephonic interview? I think this is something that I've already shared. Please reach out to each other about it. But yeah, an email that has gone out with telephonic interview link, which will lead you to the slots. Please book a slot from your end. Your telephonic interview will be conducted as per your booked time and date. It is actually like I understand some challenges that some of you are facing with language, but nonetheless, I would still encourage all of you to do the needful of going through the selection process. Only through selections you will be able to understand where, how well you are standing in the selections and the areas that you need to develop yourself in. Yeah, it's a learning journey, so please do go through the process. Um, Email ID has been provided. I will be sharing it again in the chat. Fellowship training in which state? The training will happen in Chennai. As of now, that is the communication that we have been sharing even on website. So please know that it will be in Chennai itself. Yeah. Post fellowship process. Alex, would you like to take this up?
Regarding the post fellowship opportunities, right? Yeah. So one thing that we have is you will be having a dedicated mentor during the course of 2 years who will be guiding you and also making you think regarding the post fellowship, and there is a dedicated team that will be working along with you for your leadership development. As you know, this is a leadership development journey, so we will be yourself to be entrepreneurs, and also you can either start your own organization in the education sector or social sector, and we will be allocating mentors to you. That is one form. The second one is you can also join Bhumi as full-time staff. Either you can join the program team or other various roles in Bhumi. Bhumi is India's one of the largest volunteering organization, and Bhumi Fellowship is a part of it. The third one is also you can apply to like-minded organization. There are multiple NGOs that's out there, and you will be having a placement cell that will be working closely to guide you and assist you so that you are 100% placed after the fellowship. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
that-
Alex. Yeah, for sharing that. In case there are any further questions with regards to this, please feel free to write us an email. Also, all results will be communicated via email itself. So please do keep a tab of on your emails. Okay. So it is 6:42 at this point. If there are any questions that you have, we have another 3 minutes. So please do feel free to ask. It can also be related to the fellowship, something that you would like to know more from Sai Swetha, who is already a fellow in the Bhumi Fellowship program. If you want to ask any particular questions to her, to know more about the work, it would be really encouraged.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just wanted to ask one question.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes, please go ahead.
ma'am. Actually, I am running my own unregistered NGO, and I belong to the state of Telangana, but actually I am residing in the state of Uttar Pradesh and working in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so I have been working as a teacher in different schools, but actually I am running my own unregistered NGO. Actually, the work of my NGO is to serve humanity. That means there is no restriction of any good work. Okay, so presently I am teaching poor people, working animals, and serving cows. So many things which I cannot mention over here. So I just wanted to know, is there anything which I can do to teach students, especially poor students, in association with Bhumi? Or can I open a education center of Bhumi over here in the state of Madhya Pradesh?
I am not very sure, but I think I had replied about to this in the chat itself, just in the interest of time. And since this is something very interesting and can take some time to have a discussion with you on a one-on-one, it would be really good if you can write an email to fellowship@bhumi.ngo with this particular query. I will connect you to the relevant person to take this up with. Yeah. I hope that clarifies your doubt for now. Also, please, all of you, all of those who are going through the selection process, which I'm hoping 100% of you, please do allow at least 8 to 10 working days from the time of from each round, right? So from application submission date, please allow 8 to 10 days at least to go to the next round and see the outcome of the next round. And that will be again sent via email itself. Please be patient on that regard. If in case the communication hasn't come across from our end, please write us to write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo for any further clarification. Yeah. Okay. It's 6:44. Any one or two last questions that you may have? Anybody who has any questions?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. I can
Hello,
hear two
ma'am.
voices, so maybe one after the other would be really good.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. After a telephonic interview, what type of assessment we have?
You're on mute, Sunatra.
I'm so sorry. Thanks, Alex. So yes, after the telephonic interview, it is the final assessment, which is going to comprise of lesson delivery and also a group discussion. You can take some time to go through the website a little bit more under the selection process of Bhumi Fellowship. Everything is mentioned there in pretty much all in detail. Also, the details to how to prepare for the final assessment will be sent over email itself. So if you haven't received that email as of now, then you are going to be, you will be sent for the next batch of final assessment that we will be having. Yeah. I hope that answers to your question. Okay. Yes. Sai, would you like to take that question? Do we have to work all days or weekends and timings?
Yeah, Sunita, happy to. So it's basically a week days, like all the from Monday to Friday you'll be working, and how it's divided is Monday to Wednesday you'll be in school whole day, and Thursday and Friday you'll have half a day, and the rest half a day is where you go to office and work on the planning, like whatever you wanted to achieve in the school, classroom management planning or whatever it is. Yeah.
Thanks, Sai, for sharing that. Also, some repetitive questions are coming now. So, what I would do is I will be sharing the link to the website, which I'm sure is accessible to all of you. Also, please go through the FAQs, what fellows do, what about the Bhumi Fellowship, and these questions that are coming repetitively but are very important. Please find it in the on the website itself. Yeah. In case, again, if there is any question that has been unanswered, feel free to write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo. And remember that the next deadline is very nearby, which is on 17th September. So looking forward to receiving the greatest and the best applications. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. All the very best. Yeah. Thank you all.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My name is Mohammed Sami.
Yes. Tell me.
I'm from Uttar Pradesh. Ma'am, I submitted my application form last month, but I cannot receive any mail recording this fellowship.
Okay, so please do check your spam inbox as well, because till last month, all the applications that we have got in, we have cleared all of them. The pendings are mostly from September month and towards the last week of August. It would be really helpful if you can check your spam inbox as well. In case you still don't find that email, please write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo. Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Can I write it again? Hello.
Yes, that would be helpful. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, that would be helpful. Please write to fellowship@bhumi.ngo. All of these questions that are coming at the end right now are answers provided in FAQ itself. Please feel free to take a look at that. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, you can hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. I think I can
Yeah,
hear you, but
but
you
at
can't
a
hear
time the
me.
two persons are speaking, so we can't hear now. Either someone else say or I say.
Okay, or since it's 6:49 and we've gone past the time, is it okay? Can anybody, Alex, can you just take that up?
Ma'am, you are not audible properly.
Yeah. So hi everyone. The related queries that you are asking, I'm just muting everyone. Sorry for that. Just a second, muting. Yeah, I'm stop. Okay,
Hello.
thank you everyone. The related FAQs, the questions that came up in the chat box, like regarding the stipend, food and accommodation, all is there at www.fellowship.bhumi.ngo. Sunatra also will be putting the website in the chat box. So please go refer the website. All the questions that you asked is there in the FAQ session. So please refer and also apply to us. We are all looking forward to seeing your applications. So this is the website that Sunatra has put down. So please visit the website. All the questions that you ask is been already answered, and we don't want to be making it repetitive. So please visit the website. Not just that, you'll also have stories of fellows and some blogs for you to visit. And also there's a video that Sunatra has done in order for helping you out. So you can just refer to the YouTube video, which is also there in the website. So please visit our website and apply to us. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we'll be coming up with another webinar with another fellow very soon. So seeing you all there. Until then, wishing you all a very good night and a good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sai. Thank you, Sunatra. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alex. Thanks, everybody.